Ladies, if you want a man who's gonna love you, a man who's gonna appreciate you, a man who's gonna bring you home to his family, a man who is gonna respect you, you gotta first respect yourself. You can't be out here on social media shaking your ass and posting booty pics left and right. What man is gonna see you as wifey? What man do you think is gonna take you seriously? What man do you think is gonna wanna bring you home to his family? Of course, he's going to want to take advantage of you. He's going to want to use you. He's going to see you as an object. Why? Because you first gave him that impression of who you were. It's not for the views. It's not for the likes. Because it's deeper than that. And as much as you may think, yeah, those are important, to him, it's who you are on the inside. And it's a reflection of you on the outside. So if you want to attract that right man, you got to respect yourself.
Hey, black women. Okay. I want to speak to this video right here, right? And credit goes out to Pretty Black Magic, because I got the clip from her and whoever the original content creator is. I want to speak to this, okay? Because this is something that is pretty dear to me, right? Because now, my family's from Louisiana, and even though I'm born in New York City, I spend the majority of my childhood and adulthood back and forth from Louisiana. So let me tell you something. We are the most African Americans in all of America. We have a place called Congo Square where we still do African dances. And African dances involve the twerking that he's referring to, that actually comes from individual dances from different tribes and cultures in Africa. Now, I don't know how many of you remember, but this past Saturday, I went to BAM in Brooklyn for African dance. And it was the celebration of the entire country of Ghana, right? Now, for those of you that know anything about your African ancestry in America, you know that Ghana is heavily prevalent in America because you have the Yoruba tribe, and I hope I'm saying it right, the Igbo tribe, right? My own father, because he was born in the Gullah Islands, right? He was born in an island called the St. Anne. When you go to those islands, they have two statues, an African man and an African woman, that are there to symbolize the ancient ports the ships used to come in to bring the African people. They call it to this day Ibu Landing, right? So you have that culture from Ghana right there on St. Anne, prevalent throughout St. Anne, okay? The women there, as a child, my aunts of my fathers who have passed away since, used to teach me African movements, which is similar to twerking and stuff that has twerking elements to it. So I'm telling you this because, let me just say this straight off the bat, then I'll go into the rest of the history. When black women twerk, this is not about being sexually provocative or promiscuous. This is about us naturally flowing and doing body movements to the earth and to the rhythm of the earth and to nature. Because if you ever go and see African dance, you talking about twerking on YouTube, you ain't seen twerking until you sat down and watched a whole country perform all of their different cultural dances, both men and women. Men twerk too, but not to the extent how y'all put it in a pornographic type of view where it's about the woman's ass because you always thinking about fucking. It ain't about that. The whole thing about African dance, right, or Dance Africa that happened in BAM last weekend for the whole country of Ghana was to give respect and to showcase the beautiful movements of the body, to showcase the culture of where the dance came from, all of the history of the country that we know of to this day. So black women, let me tell y'all something. Whenever you have ignorant ass black women who are just probably upset because they don't have as much ass as you, their ass don't look as good as yours, and they can't move it the way you do, fuck them, and fuck these hating ass niggas too. Because with the dudes, it's all about them trying to worry about who wants to fuck you, who wants to be with you, and how your body is ultimately way more attractive than any other woman in this world. Which is why they got to constantly come on YouTube and denigrate you, belittle you, dehumanize you, because they want you to be unattractive to other men, because those other men couldn't provide you with a life and a lifestyle and a relationship they don't have the ability to offer you. They can offer you a person that really wants to love you, really wants to be compatible with you, and care about you for the rest of your life. These fools, they've been socialized, and they socialize each other to jump from one woman to the next, depending on how she looks. And because they're so conquered and beaten down by white supremacy and slavery, everything close to their master, they love more than themselves. Because this is literally about perpetuated, indoctrinated self-hate. So when you see an ugly looking motherfucker like this dude that was just on this video talking about, ladies, if you want to be taken seriously and be in marriage and somebody bring you home to his mama, you can't be out here twerking. Yes, you can. That loser ass motherfucker is intimidated by your badass body and your ability to move the way God and whoever in the universe created us to do. Because believe me, if your body was not meant to move like that, you would not be able to do it. Okay? And when I sat there Saturday in BAM, and those Ghanaian women was moving and grooving and doing and moving all that body, I was right in that seat doing it right along with them. And if I could jump my ass down on that stage, I would have been the biggest twerkingest person you ever could see, because I was feeling them fucking drums. I was feeling that rhythm. I was feeling that family presence. I was feeling that sense of belongingness. I don't give a fuck about people talking about how nasty we look. We only look nasty because other bitches can't do it. Because they don't have as much ample ass as we do, nor do they have the genetics that we do. And when I say that, I don't just mean the melanin and where we come from. They're not us. They could never be us. They don't sing like us. They don't dance like us. They don't move like us. They don't have the creativity like us, right? So when you hear this is straight unadulterated hate. Now, I'm not saying that twerking is appropriate for every situation at the board meeting and the PTA meeting. Of course not. But when it comes to like something as similar or simple as what this woman was doing in this video, two elements. First off, she was dancing to an African song, right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Wizkid, right? If I'm not mistaken, it could have been another African performer. But she's dancing. She's doing the traditional dances of Africa throughout Africa, okay? Now, next month or so, I think they're going to be doing Nigeria or whatever. But let me tell you something. If you want to keep in shape, black women, you need to be doing those African dances. You need to twerk. You need to learn to do all those dances that those African women do, because believe me when I tell you, they work their bodies and they look beautiful. And they got figures to go with it. Same way as if you came from the Caribbean and those Caribbean women practice the African dances that were left to them through slavery. Like how that Jamaican women, Trini, and all other women from the Caribbean whine. They whine and they do all that type of dancing because that's what the African ancestors left them. And do you see that when they move their bodies, they look majestic. They look beautiful. They look like rhythm literally transformed into a body. They look beautiful. Do you hear me? So whenever you have these people hating on black women just because black women could do something they can't, that's all it's about when it comes to women. And when it comes to dudes, it's about the fact that these dudes, as much as they try to tell you you're undesirable, they know you're not. They know that any of these men out here, okay, if they had a chance to sleep with and literally be with a black woman without all of the backlash from society and the hatred from their people and the race hate, they would do it in a second. You have no idea the amount of other men that every day where I live are constantly on me, asking me out, wanting to get in relationships with me. And my thing is, I'm sorry, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have another obligation, and that's to me. Okay, sorry, y'all. I had to move my car real quick. So to get back to it, right? So they're haters, straight up and down, because when I saw that black woman twerking in the video that, you know, came before me speaking, I didn't feel no type of way. Actually, I was listening to the song and I was saying to myself, yeah, she's trying to twerk to the beat of the song. And it's like, this goes back to everything, right? This is about how we feel about ourselves, how we try to judge and belittle or encourage and give confidence to other women. This is about black women. This is not about black men who feel insecure and intimidated with the whole essence of black women, right? And so when we see stuff like this woman was tasteful. I've seen worse. Believe me, I've seen worse. And I gotta say this, it's a difference, right? When the twerking is distasteful, it's usually coming from that real ghetto, savage, I don't have nothing, so I don't give a shit about what I do or how I carry on type of attitude and behavior. You could see literally from how they carry themselves, from how they talk, to how they behave, how they interact with people. It's two different levels, right? So when you see that degenerate type twerking, that's a different story. That's the ones with their hand up in the air and all that bullshit and looking crazy and Sukiana type shit, right? That is a no-go. That's a no-go. Like, that is years and years and lifestyles of indoctrinating, of telling you that you are useless and worthless and that you are put on this earth to be abused by some low-level, low-performing black male and any other dude that wants you to perform fellatio, lay on your back and please him, and think that that's your only job, as if you were back in slavery and you were one of the black women, the black slave women assigned to the sex farms. That's totally different from what I'm talking about in that video right there with that woman. And the reason he picked that woman is because she probably has a really nice body, because you could tell from just like the smoothness and the form of her butt, like the curve of her butt, that she's probably a sister that has like what they call an apple bottom or whatever, but she has a behind that is going to stand alone, and then she's probably going to have hips and legs and a flat stomach to go with it, like most of us black women have, right? So when they see that, they automatically get upset and they get possessive, because even though a lot of black women have big behinds, there are not a lot of us that have those like almost sculpted shapes, right? I happen to be one of them, so I'm very happy. but you know, it's like, it's not a lot of us. And then to be that way as you get older is even better. So that's another thing you got to keep in mind with these dudes, because they know all these things. Their mamas are black. They come from a family of black women, so they know how black women do. They know the ones that are disgusting, like I told you about the low-level twerkers, and the twerkers that where it comes from tradition, like this African woman here. I can guarantee you that was an African woman, okay? Just from the music alone. Because even though I listen to African music on a regular basis, that's not something that most ADOS people do, unless they're into this whole, you know, Afro Pan-Africanism business. If you're not into that, they don't normally do that. And even where I'm from, my people are from in Louisiana, and we have a heavy emphasis on our black culture and it being a huge part of our identity, right? Even we don't listen to African music like that every day. We listen to our own type of, it's like a culmination of African music, the music that was created out of slavery, French music, certain Spanish music from Madrid. I gotta honestly be honest. It's the Madrid music that was influenced by the Muslims. So that's really highly their influence in our music. And believe it or not, corny ass violin music. Like, we have a lot of fiddle and violin from just like in slavery when it comes to like the homegrown musicians in Louisiana, which thus created jazz, because Louisiana is the home of jazz. So that's the type of music we have. So when I heard the music and I saw the woman, I said, oh, she's probably an African woman, because those are the ones that usually will dance and listen to that music on an everyday basis, because I have quite a few Ghanaian neighbors here in my building where I live. And whenever I go to Comfy's house She always has on some form of African music, whether it's very soothing or very rhythmic. It's mostly playing, and my girl is always cooking, always throwing down. So just to say that, I'm bringing that to your mind so that we could begin to throw away these myths about black women when we move our bodies and we showcase our bodies. Because the thing is, y'all got to really remember, people have been disrespecting us and downplaying our humanity and our body and the beauty of our body and our hair and our faces since our entire, well, not our entire existence, until Africans allowed invaders to take over Africa and they incorporated the brutal slavery that led to people being trafficked through the slave trade before the transatlantic and then thereafter. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the good type of like twerking. So then you have the African women that do it for dance at home, wherever they come from, traditional dances, ceremonial dances, event dances, and just exercise. And don't forget our Caribbean women, because our Caribbean women do that quite a lot. I mean, take it from me. I was married to 2 Caribbean men. So you know I was whining and dancing with them and doing all that type of stuff those Caribbean men like, because that's part of their culture. And because for me, being a little girl from Shreveport, we danced all the time. And we didn't care about little girls dancing and moving their bodies because, like Jamaican people, like Trini people, and etc., it's just dancing. When you want to be a pervert and take it to another level because you're looking at dance and the way somebody moves their body as a sexual thing, that's on you, homie. That's totally on you. You the one with the fucking problem. The dancer is not the one with the problem. It's on you. Because she can move her body and because she could do something you can't, or because her moving her body is stimulating you in a sexual way, that's not on her. That's not on her. And may I take it to the women, it's not on him. That's on you. You have a problem with dealing with the fact that people can move themselves in so many different ways, and it's not there for your sexual arousal or your pleasure. It's for you to just look at and appreciate the dance. If you can't if you can't appreciate the dance, you shouldn't be watching it. Because me being a woman, when I see the women dance and they doing their thing, I want to get up and dance too. I really do. I don't want to hate, because it ain't about hating. It's not about who got the biggest ass, who's prettier, who's more attractive to some fucking dusty, disgusting fucking dudes. It's not about that. It's about the ability to control your body and move it in a very graceful, gliding way that is part of the dance. That's all it is. It's just a dance, yo. It's just a dance. And I really wish all of y'all could have been with me at Dance Africa, because you would understand where I'm coming from. Because I'm telling you, I couldn't stay in that fucking seat. I could not. It's something about a drum. Let me tell you. You know, Native Americans and Africans believe that the drum is the heartbeat, right? When it comes to music. So you know that thump, 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 right? You've been hearing that thump, 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 thump since your creation. So if you don't think that when you hear that fucking drum, whether it's, you know what the other drum I like too? That big ass drum they use in Japan. Oh my God. Play me some music with that shit banging and I'm going to start dancing too. It's that drum. Whenever that drum starts going, your brain just automatically starts thinking dance, 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 dance. So sorry, miss me with the bullshit about how black women, if you're on YouTube twerking, no man is going to take you seriously and take you home to meet his mother or marry you. That's all a crock of shit. We're not fucking prudes, okay? We got bad bodies, and if we want to show them off and look beautiful because God blessed us with this, we can. All right? We're not out here doing anything that we're not supposed to. And if we choose to, that's our fucking prerogative and our right to do whatever the fuck we want to do with our bodies, okay? Back the fuck up. Stay in your own lane. All right? So, when it comes to this marriage shit, let me tell y'all this. Please stop making that shit a priority because you're going to live a miserable fucking life. Take it from me, I did that ignorant shit twice, okay? Don't do it. Young women, live your fucking life. These dudes are not your life. And I dare say you would have a better fucking life if you would cut them out of it. I have listened to all day today stupid women on YouTube talking about dating on apps, dating in person, dating white men versus black men, this. They're all full of shit. Okay, every one of them. I honestly, since here in Florida, they have been, exporting Hispanics and detaining them left and right. The ones in New York City, they're all trying to latch on to black women. I wonder why. In 2 days, I had literally 10 Hispanic men try to get into a relationship with me. And it ain't because I'm the most beautiful woman they see. No, it's because when they listen to the idiots on YouTube talking about how we hold the community down and this, that, and the other, they think they're going to get a free ride just like the black dudes do. And so do these white motherfuckers these days. So you black women better wise the fuck up, okay? You better start treating these motherfuckers like the pieces of shit they are. Step the fuck over them. Go out in this world, live your life, and go to different areas and parts of this world where you will get a man that is not thinking and not being socialized by the bullshit that is going on here on YouTube, so you can have a real actual chance at happiness and a decent relationship. Because everybody that's listening to this bullshit on here, they're getting the same opinion of you and they want to do the same thing to you. Fuck you and use you. And if you don't know that by now, I don't know what else to tell you. You don't need Shira 7. You don't need any of those women to tell you what you already need to know. Leave these motherfuckers alone. If you don't have your own money to take care of yourself, young lady, old woman, middle-aged, whoever the fuck you are, you're an asshole. Not only are you an asshole, but you're a loser-ass woman. Because, sorry, I got asthma. Apologize. In this world, right? You need to have your own money. I don't give a fuck how old you are. If you want to be married and stay home and be kept with all this ignorant shit you want to be believing in, it's not going to happen. They're going to use you, dog you, and you're going to be living in a fucked up situation, and you're going to be sorry. And then at any time he feels like it, he could throw your ass out, leave you right there destitute, and then what you going to do? And believe me, they play dirty, okay? They do shit like this. Use up all your young youth, give you tons of kids, and then when you about 45, 50, when they think nobody else wants you, they will leave you, divorce you, or just desert you. And then you being the idiot who has listened to people like Shira 7 and the rest of these fools on here, right? And yes, I am calling her a fool because homegirl's lifestyle is not that great for y'all to be trying to emulate that bullshit. And I don't even know her. But going by the fact that if you on YouTube and you hustling 10 years because you need that money, you ain't living that well. And he ain't all that. So, going forward, you are a damn fool to think that that is something you should set yourself up for. What you should be setting yourself up for is a serious education, because you know that this world we live in is changing, okay? So if you don't have education and you don't have those skill levels that are transitional so that you can make money, no matter if they implement a lot of AI, a lot of computerized, whatever it is, you still should be able to sit at that table. Be able to jump from job to job, make your money, and sustain yourself, and still be a player in this world of work. You still should be able to be there. If you sitting at home underneath some funky dude, living as moderately as you can because that's all he can afford, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your youth. You are. Whereas if you had, I don't understand you black women, especially you young girls. Y'all just letting life pass y'all by and you really don't know what's out here in this world. You're young. Even if you like 45, you still could go back to school, become a fucking attorney. You could even become a low-level fucking eye doctor. Do you understand what I'm telling you? An eye doctor is like the lowest level of doctors. After that, the next lowest after that would be like a family practice or general practice physician. You don't specialize in nothing. The eyes, you specialize in one, but it's not a big thing, right? So the schooling is not as lengthy. And if you went to law school, you're talking about 6 years of your life, and you come out making damn near almost $200,000 a year. But you telling me that you would rather listen to some chick on YouTube because she's light-skinned and you think she's attractive, and that she has a life that you want, which you don't even really know the life that she generally has, or you just want to be lazy and don't want to put no effort in your own life, but you expect another person to literally put effort into your life for you, is ridiculous. When if you just went to school, applied yourself a little bit, and then became a real professional, you could be doing things like me and I guess a few other women are going to be doing in February. Like there's this lady, an attorney that I listen to. I subscribe to her. Her channel is, The Bald Girl Will Travel. Anyway, I'll put her up on the community page later. She has a whole itinerary for 2024. She's already doing the traveling for 23. So she has quite a few things. I personally, as long as we got all this civil unrest in the world, I will not be going to Africa until all that shit is squashed, right? But she has a Negril trip coming in February, right? So I will be going to that one, right? And you know what it is, ignorant Hispanics. I'm doing a video so they see me, so they have to walk past the car making noise, because you know they're like children, adult children that didn't get enough attention as a child, so they gotta act like assholes as grown-ups. So I can't stop people from talking, so I just have to put up with that momentarily. Pardon the ignorant interruption. So back to what I was saying. So she's got her itinerary on her YouTube page. So I think the first stop she's going is Tanzania. And then where else after Tanzania? She's got a few places, but I was only interested in Negril, Jamaica, because I've been to Jamaica several times, but I've never been to Negril, so I'm definitely going to Negril. And then after Negril, she has, I think, another place, and then the next stop is Tuscany in Italy. I'm going to Tuscany too. I like wine. I like that whole vibe over there. Yes. So I am trying to hang out with her in Tuscany, Italy, and definitely Negril, Jamaica. Definitely. And you see, this is the shit I'm talking about, young women or black women in general. When you set your life up to have an education, you know that very thing they always telling you don't need. When you have education and you have money and you have a career where you can live your life and live in the life, girl, you open yourself up to men you never even fucking knew existed. Okay? And that's what you need to be doing, not this old silly shit they all sputtering out on fucking YouTube that is desperate, tired, and fucking through, okay? Even last night, I saw, oh my God, I had to turn the shit off. I saw Cerebral doing a video just talking in general, and of course, it got to the part where, you know, all of them secretly are like all into men, and it's like, why are y'all so desperate for dudes? It's a whole fucking life out here with so many other things to do than worrying about being in relationships, fucking men, and caring about men at all. I just don't understand it. You know, let me tell you something. I woke up today. I got on my electric bike. Me and my Naya, we was up in the park in the mountains riding down the fucking track. We was doing our thing. They got a hiking trail. So I had her leash attached to me. I'm like flooring it, going up all them rocks and shits, and just she's running with me. We had a good time. We come back down, right? Then I took her over here, Flushing Meadow Park, because it's close to me. And they have water over there. They have open areas over there. They got boats over there. Me and her, only me and her, because Booty too old, right? But she was out there running. I bought Naya, what do you call it? Locator device on her neck. So I put it on her, set up the app on my phone, let her run. Go girl, go do your thing. She was having a good time, but because of the type of breed she is, she would not go that far from me, even though she was running and letting loose, girl. I mean, that girl can move. She kept turning back, coming back to check on me and breaking out. I had fun with my girl today, right? I was going to get on the boat with her, but I didn't chance it. Because I said to myself, she's very heavy. If she falls in this water, I don't think I'm strong enough to pull her heavy ass out of this water wet. You know, when people get wet, they like twice as heavy. So anyway, we had fun, okay? We had fun this morning, right? And then I have a neighbor. I see him in my side mirror right now. He used to have a car, a Land Rover like mine. He had a newer version. Mine's a little bit older. He got rid of his car because he got sold a lemon. So he brought this Ford Bronco. So all the stuff that he had from his other car, he gave it to me this morning, and he was actually going through the pieces, showing me how it works on the car. So I had like a little mechanic class this morning. There's so many things in life to do outside of worrying about them. Nothing to give you in life but traditional humdrum complacent bullshit. So I told you all that little story to let you know that there's so many other things to do in this world. Whether it's the smallest thing to the biggest thing outside of worrying about them and being consumed with these motherfuckers all day the way that they're consumed with y'all. And truth be told, black women, sorry to say it to you, but I gotta be real. You gonna fuck up your whole life worrying about fucking men. And I don't know if you know it, but we don't get time back. And time don't treat us all the same. So if I was you, I would really stop wasting my goddamn time worrying about relationships and these fucking men. No matter what type of man they are. Fuck them. Go live and enjoy the world. God damn it. Why is that so difficult for y'all? You would think with the amount of black women being killed every day, and Pretty Black Magic does a hell of a job exposing the dangers and the reality of the trauma black women live in every day. And you motherfuckers still don't learn. You still out there, no matter how many times Unbiased and Unbossed puts up an actual video that says, when will black women learn? How many more black women gotta die? Y'all still having conversations about loser ass fucking dudes. And loser ass black dudes at that. I just don't get it. But you know what? I guess you're going to have to fuck up your whole life and like lose all your youth and everything worrying about them and be fucked up while you old, don't have nothing to live off and be in the worst situation before you fucking wake up and go, you know what? I wasted my whole fucking life chasing these fucking losers. And then it'll click. But guess what? It's too late. It's too late by then. Too late. Like, I don't understand why y'all cannot function independently outside of these losers. Like, you were not born with them. They are not attached to your hip. Like, y'all are really crazy. And it's just getting to the point where I'm like, well, I guess they're going to continue to die. I mean, and the shit is so crazy because even you're so complacent with feeling like you need to be involved with them that even when you somewhat partially get away from them, if you do leave them, divorce them or whatever, you still let down your guard. You don't get guns. You don't get bulletproof vests and bulletproof hoodies, hats and bulletproof pants like I told you to. They even have backpacks and everything else to make sure that if you don't have something on you, you can have the bag to shield yourself, right? No. You guys keep living like, oh, we're broken up. I don't have to worry about him anymore. Like he's not a loser the way that he is and won't retaliate because his life has nothing to offer and you have some form of happiness. Like, what's wrong with y'all? When you dealing with these dudes, you gotta always be prepared and keep an eye out for them so that the first time they peek around that corner, you blow they shit all the way back. I mean, all the fucking way back. Like, I don't get y'all. I really don't. Like, even to this day, I have 2 ex-husbands floating around in this world. And every time I walk somewhere or I go anywhere, I look for every and anybody that is a foe to me. Because I know that people are weird and you never know what's going on in their life where they might one day go, oh, fuck it. I ain't got nothing else to lose. I might as well go out and kill everybody that I don't fucking like. People do shit like that. So why not be prepared? Why not be prepared? It's really that serious. Oh boy. And especially in places where y'all could carry guns and don't really have to, since you got all the crazy white people now giving you guns for free. Why you not strapped up and out here taking care of your neighborhoods is beyond me. And by taking care of your neighborhoods, I mean, if somebody tries to do something to you, send them to God. Send them to God. Especially if you have that ability. Because you would be doing the rest of us a huge favor. A huge favor. I'm telling you. People that mean you no goodwill, they don't have shit to do all day but worry about how to fuck with you. Honestly, I could tell you, every single black male that has either walked past my car, been across the street, came around the corner, been any way in my visual view, and I was in theirs, they have been staring, watching, and trying to see what I'm doing and trying to get my attention since I've been talking to you in this car. And none of them motherfuckers have anything positive to offer me or any goodwill or any kind of good intent. So this is why I'm telling you, you got to always be looking at these people for what they are. They're fucking demons looking to pounce on you the first chance they get. So see them before they see you and stay the fuck away from them. I'll tell you right now, there's a dude with his children walking down the street. He came out the building. My car is parked opposite the door. So when you come out and you walk a little bit, you can see me. Now, I don't know what type of radar they have for black women, these loser-ass black males, but every time you're anywhere, as soon as they get a glimpse of you, they can see you way before you see them. And they're that fixated with you. So that goes to show you that there's something very seriously mentally wrong with them. You need to stay away from them. You need to seriously stay away from them. Because when I walk down the street, believe me, I am not like scouring through the street to find them. I don't give a fuck. But why are they constantly doing that when it comes to you? Because there's something mentally, probably medically too, but there's something mentally wrong with this fucking dude. There really is. Something mentally wrong with them. So, stay away from them. Get your money up. Get some girls together that are not interested in guys. Start traveling. Room together. When I say room together, I mean buy a house together, live together, increase your credit scores together, save money together so you go out there and buy property so that you can own things, build in life, gain generational wealth the way we used to have as black people, because black women used to own a lot of things in America, and then a lot of things happened where we lost that. So now that you have the ability to do a lot of that again, take advantage of that shit. Don't waste your time worrying about some deadbeat fucking dude and being in a relationship. I can't stress it enough to y'all that you are wasting your fucking time worrying about guys. But when you're 50, 55, 60, 70, you're going to understand the lesson I'm trying to teach you right now. Leave those bum motherfuckers alone and go get your money and live your life. And put as much money away as you can for your retirement so that you could live a good life when you're my age and older. I did that video the other day about the backstory to that young girl that says she's making a lot of money. The one thing she said in that video that is true, and she's doing the right thing, looking out for her future, she says she invests $500 a month. And I think it was in some type of retirement fund. I think it was a Roth or some type of IRA, right? She's doing the right thing. Because by the time she gets to be 50 or 60 something years old, that girl will already have like over $3 million to fucking retire on, plus whatever other money she has made in her life. That's the type of shit you need to be out here doing. You need to be out here worrying about and getting involved in, and not the dumb shit that you're doing when you're on these channels listening to bitches all day talk about fucking dudes. Literally and figuratively, I meant that. Because you wasting your time. You are so seriously wasting your time. It's crazy. And you don't even know if you're going to be promised tomorrow. Why are you wasting your time on other people? You should be the most, oh my God, you should be the biggest priority in your own life. You should be paramount. Nobody else should be. If you don't have what you want in life, you should be out there getting that shit. Not looking for another person to try to give you some charity towards some shit. Even the women whose job it is to get money from men, however they're living, call girl, whatever you want to call it, even they smart enough to know those fucking men ain't going to do nothing for those women for free. And whenever those women get a chance, they get as much money off those fucking dudes as they can. They start businesses. They put money away. They look out for themselves. They look out for their future. And they know that that fucking trick is only temporary. And you should know that shit too and do the same. All right, I'm gone. I got shit to do. Bye.